So they're finally nerfing Talon and Caitlyn, which is kind of a bummer because I love Talon, but they're buffing my other favorite champion. Wait, Aphelios? Even I don't agree with that one. Alright, hello Summoners, welcome back to another ProGuides video. My name is Nathan Ng, and today I'll be giving you guys a patch preview change list for 10.19. We just received some confirmed news from Riot Games that these are the champions that are being nerfed or buffed next patch. The specific changes aren't out yet, but we'll be covering those in our upcoming changes video, which will be released Tuesday with all the details being revealed. So hit that sub button and be notified of that, and stay alert because 10.19 will be the world's patch, making it arguably one of the most important patches of the regular season. But before we get into the video, I'd like to recommend you guys to visit ProGuides.com. We've got some of the best roster of coaches, top tier live classes from instructors like Mike Young and Zyrene, and courses covering a variety of roles from champions of your favorite pro players, such as Doublelift. We also have a brand new VOD review feature, and we're super excited for you guys to try it out. It's been having pretty great feedback so far. The way it works is that you send in a replay file, and then the coaches send you back a fully reviewed VOD. It's a super convenient option that saves you guys some time, so go ahead and give it a try. Now without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. To start things off, let's cover up the list of champions on the nerfs. Udyr, Twisted Fate, Caitlyn, Senna ADC, Nunu, and Talon are all on the chopping block. Okay, this is a pretty solid list of nerfs for the world's patch. Udyr's nerf is definitely targeted more at pro play, while Talon and Nunu have been pretty much purely been solo queue menaces due to their ability to constantly pressure lanes with constant ganks. The other three champions fall into an unhealthy overlap, dominating both solo queue and pro games as more than just solid picks. There's nothing wrong with hyper carries, but champions like Caitlyn and Senna that scale so hard into the late game shouldn't also have insane early games where they can bully out the lane opponents. And then there's Twisted Fate. Don't even get me started about TF. Nothing makes me happier than them nerfing a champion that forces you to sit at tower even when you have a winning lane because he might decide to go for roam and ruin your laning phase. Next up, let's go ahead and cover the list of buffs. The champions that will be receiving buffs next patch are Ahri, Sivir, Vayne, Aphelios, Sylas, Ivern, Phoenix Udyr, and Irelia. Here are some of the picks that I'm glad to see, but some are just unlucky. Ivern being buffed makes sense when you think about his lack of popularity, sure. When was the last time that you ever seen an Ivern in your game? But there's a reason that he's been out of the meta for so long, and the last time that Ivern was in meta, it was hell. When Ivern is strong, he out-peels, out-heals, and out-damages every enchanter in the game, and Daisy serves as a mini tank with a huge disruption potential in a fight. So let's hope the buffs don't push him too over the top because this champion is also very creepy. I mean, he's 90% legs. Aside from Ivern, Sivir is in a pretty healthy spot right now, so putting her up for buffs also doesn't sound too great, but just like her boomerang, she might be bouncing back into the meta. The rest of the champions definitely could use a little bit of love. Ahri's last set of buffs pushed her into a positive direction, giving out a little bit of skill expression and on-demand movement speed on her W, but she still suffers from the same weaknesses as she had before. She just doesn't do quite enough to make her worth picking over champions in the role. Assassins do more damage, while control mages do similar damage with way more utility. Vayne and Aphelios, unfortunately, are just too weak in lane to be worth picking at all levels of play, and just gets outshined by almost every other champion in the role. Sure, everyone makes fun of the 200 years meme, but stats are stats, and Aphelios has been beyond abysmal in solo queue for too long now. Speaking of 200 years, most people bring up Udyr when they're talking about that, but in his case, it's probably that he hasn't been changed for about 200 years. It's crazy that he's such an outdated champion with 4 abilities that simply empower auto attacks. And he's gonna be existing in a game where Seraphine also is gonna exist. Ironically, a champion with such a simple kit is actually kind of hard to balance, since all Riot can do is simply just trim or add damage and tankiness to his very basic kit. It seems like they decided to do something with his Phoenix stance, but I don't really think that that's the type of change that is likely going to make it more popular. If people want to walk around slapping things and they're already playing Udyr, and a change like this won't really be bringing in a new wave of Udyr mains. Maybe we could just get an Udyr rework, and at the very least, maybe just update his model to have the same quality as his Spirit Guard Udyr. Last on the list are Irelia and Sylas. These two high skill cap champions have had their ups and downs, and right now they're definitely on the downswing and they just need some loving. Like a few other champions with high skill ceilings, it can be really tough to put them in a sweet spot since doing really well in solo queue usually means dominating pro play, so hopefully they'll end up in a spot of viability without completely overtaking the world stage. Though we can agree that Irelia and Sylas are really fun to watch, and maybe that's why they're being buffed. Like we mentioned earlier guys, this is all information that is available as of now. However, these are confirmed lists of champions that will be receiving changes in patch 10.19. We'll be sure to release our upcoming changes video Tuesday or the day after, or as soon as possible to cover every single buff and nerf in detail, so go ahead and smash that sub button and stay notified. That's all for now, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on the Rift. Stay healthy, stay safe, and have a wonderful day. Peace.